It's kind of sad for me to say at this point in time, but right now, I do think I'm at the point where I can't really play the original Kingdom Hearts anymore. Like, it is one of my all-time favorite games, one of the all-time classics, one of the best games on PS2, and I can't really play it anymore because 2 years ago I completely demolished this game. I played through it on Proud Mode. I 100%ed everything. I beat all the bonus bosses. I got all the secret weapons. I did everything there is to do in that game, right? Like, there's a lot of content. As I recall, it took me like 70, 80 hours to actually do, and it was a lot of fun for those 80 hours. But now that I did it, like, there really isn't a whole lot more to do. And going through this playthrough on the Xbox One Game Pass, going through this, purely to get the achievements that I did not realize were so ridiculous on the PS3 version, right? The PS3 version has like this achievement where you have to beat the game without getting a single continue, which is just bullshit. Like, you have all these bullshit achievements that don't really feel like a whole lot. That don't feel like they add a lot to the game, but like you kind of want to prove that you're one of the best Kingdom Hearts players in the world. You want to prove that you're a dedicated player, and that's kind of like my feeling on that right now. Like, I want to be in like the 1% of players, less than 1% of players who have like cleared everything in the original Kingdom Hearts. Like, I want that to be on my record. I want that to be on my gamer score. Like, I want to be seen as like one of the best there is. So I'm basically going through the motions at this point. And because I know the game so well, because I understand it so well, because I've beaten it several times, like, I am reaching the point where, despite the fact it's one of my favorites of all time, I am getting bored of it because, like, I just know it too well. Like, that's the reality when you spend so much time with a game. Like, no matter how much you care about it, like, no matter how much you play it, like, eventually you're going to want to learn to move on to other things. And that's kind of my feeling towards Kingdom Hearts. This has kind of already happened with a lot of my other favorites. A lot of the Zelda games, Ocarina of Time, for example. Majora's Mask, I couldn't play through again on 3DS because I know the original too well. Like, the problem with Majora's Mask 3D is that it was too different from the original, and I couldn't get over like the changes. Like, I just found myself wanting to play the original again. There are lots of games, right, that I've played to death, that I love to death, that I would recommend to anyone, that I simply won't really play again because, well, at least play recently, play in the near future, just because that I've played them to death, you know what I mean? Like, completely played them to death. And there are lots of other favorites that I haven't returned to in a long while, like Donkey Kong 64. I haven't gone through that in a while. I think over a decade. Diddy Kong Racing, I definitely haven't played in a decade. Really, really enjoying that playthrough. I'm not going to run out of games to play. I think I'm just going to rotate the games I've been going through a lot. Like, Super Mario 64, I'm playing that a lot more than I used to. Sunshine, I think I'm about ready to play again. Because I haven't played that since May of 2017. I might do that one on stream, and you can get to see my rage on that one. You know, that was one of my favorite GameCube games growing up. I remember just having fun, just running around as Mario, Delfino Plaza, like, so well designed, so much fun to play. And I don't, again, it's not a bad thing to want to play new games, right? Like, it's not a bad thing to look forward to the next ARMS or the next new Nintendo IP, the next Splatoon, right? It's not a bad thing at all, but a part of me kind of wishes, I think I felt this way back when I first finished Ocarina of Time for the first time. Like, a part of me just wishes you had like some kind of machine that you could just like strap to your head and like zap you to make you forget like everything about these games so you can experience them for the first time again. Because like once you go through them once, that's it. Like, you're never going to experience it for the first time ever again, and that's kind of a sad thought when you think about it in that context. Like, you'll never again like learn the identity of Sheik. You'll never again like fight Ganondorf for the first time. You'll never play Ocarina again. And honestly, like, as a kid, I always thought about it in like the Ocarina context, because Ocarina, of course, is the best game ever made. Actually, I should probably make a video about that now that I've made a video about this. Ocarina is, of course, the single best game ever made, bar none. There is no real competition. you'll never be able to like experience it the same way ever again. It's just it's kind of sad in its own way, but it's like losing a love, you know, like an old love. Like, don't be sad that it ended. Be glad that it happened, or so to say. I love Ocarina of Time. I always will. I have like posters of it on my wall. Have I ever shown my Ocarina of Time poster? I don't think I have. I own like Zelda merchandise. Like I love Zelda, and I always will. Even if I don't necessarily play through Ocarina of Time every single year, maybe I'll get back to it someday. Maybe I'll play it on stream sometimes. I was considering buying it on Wii U and going through that, but Ocarina of Time is for sure one of the best games of all time. I love it. You love it. Everyone loves it. But it's important to move on. It's important to discover new things. It's important to discover great new video games. And I on this channel, will always be doing that.